Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So today I'm doing one of my all-time favorite videos, and that is testing new fragrances. Now, I have a really great variety of fragrances here today. Some of them are really new and really hyped up. Some of them are maybe slightly less new, and some of them are a little bit less known, but I think are worth talking about as well. So let's not waste any time, and let's start with the newest release from Tom Ford, Vanilla Sex. Of course, it's a vanilla fragrance, number one. I'm curious, and I'm always curious about a new Tom Ford release, although, I didn't have very high expectations because, his latest releases have not been great. And so I got a chance to sample it, so let me tell you my thoughts about it. As always, let's start with the notes because this is a new fragrance. So the notes here are bitter almond, vanilla, floral notes, vanilla absolute, ultra vanilla, so lots of vanilla in here, tonka bean, and sandalwood. Now, the notes are pretty accurate. To me, I would even describe this fragrance as more nutty, almondy than vanilla centric. I mean, obviously vanilla is there. It has the sweetness, but to me, bitter almond is the strongest note in here. The one that's at the forefront from the beginning until the end. So it has that kind of nuttiness, it has creaminess, it has a little bit of sweetness. It maybe has a touch of kind of spiciness, maybe coming from tonka. I can't say that I'm really getting any floral notes. To me, I didn't get floral elements at all. It's a pretty simple, straightforward fragrance. Does it smell nice? It actually does. It does smell very, very pleasant. When I was testing it, I enjoyed wearing this fragrance quite a bit. I really enjoyed it. I have been enjoying a lot of nutty scents lately, and this one smells really, really nice. Although uncomplicated, but really nice. Now, here's where the problem starts, and that is in the performance. I tested this fragrance in a store, and I sprayed myself, really sprayed myself all over. And my husband was waiting in the car, so literally less than 5 minutes after I sprayed it, I got in the car and I'm asking him, so how do I smell? Do you like my scent? And he says, what scent? I smell nothing. He smelled nothing. So I had to bring my hand to his nose, and when I did, he smelled it. But this fragrance, in my opinion, has no projection. The projection is at 0. It does not project. It's a skin scent from start to finish. When I bring my hand to my nose, I smell it. But even when he's right beside me, no, there is no scent. He cannot smell it. There's no projection. Longevity, as with most Tom Ford fragrances, not great either. It doesn't last, it doesn't disappear immediately. It lasts maybe 3 hours or so, but nobody can smell it, including me. I cannot smell it on myself either, and people around me cannot smell it. So overall, nice scent profile, but I'm underwhelmed, uninspired, not interested. The price point for Tom Ford fragrances, they're just insane. They're absolutely insane. They're not justified. If the price of this fragrance was on par with other designer scents, 50 mil for, 150 Canadian dollars or something, I might consider getting it because I really enjoyed the scent profile. But for the ridiculous price that it is. No way, not interested, would not recommend it. The performance is just terrible. Scent profile is pretty, but also pretty simple, you know, nothing to write home about. So for me, this fragrance is a no. Next, let's talk about the newest release from Narcotica, and that is Happy Dust. Again, very excited about this fragrance. I've been a fan of this house, you know. I have Dolce Diablo, which I love. I've sampled, what's their passion fruit scent? Okay, the name escapes me, but it is on my wish list now. Love both of those. And so when Happy Dust came out, very excited to try it, especially since it's, you know, another vanilla scent. So let's start with the notes. Here we have bourbon vanilla, mango, coconut water, mate, vanilla, matcha tea, brown sugar, amber, jasmine. Again, vanilla, tonka, sandalwood, white musk, and pearl balsam. So we have vanilla at the top, in the middle, and in the base. Sounds promising. Now, I've heard from some people who reviewed this fragrance that, you know, it was weak for them at the beginning. I think, who was it? I think Jackie was talking about this fragrance, and she mentioned when she first got it, it was very weak, but then when she let it stand and macerate for some time, it became much better. So this is kind of how I approach this fragrance as well. You know, I tested it when I first got my sample, and then I let it stand. I've had this sample for quite some time, probably for a month for sure. So I let it stand, and then I retested it. Now, unfortunately for me, I have to say that the performance did not improve. This one surprised me because it's weak. It's really weak. And my experience with this house has been the opposite. The other two fragrances that I have tested are very strong. They're great, great performers. They're strong from the beginning. They last, they project. They're just top notch. And this one has weak performance, in my opinion. It is one of those kind of straightforward vanilla scents. Like the notes look so interesting, you know, mango, coconut water, I don't know, mate. There are a lot of interesting notes in this, but I don't really get them. Maybe there is a touch of that coconut water in the background, like if I really search for these notes, you know. But if I'm going off my first initial impression, pretending that I don't know the notes, then I'm getting vanilla, a light vanilla. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm kind of disappointed in this fragrance as well. I mean, it smells nice, don't get me wrong. It smells nice. It's a nice scent profile. It's pleasant. It's vanilla. But then again, we've had so many vanillas like that. You know, we've smelled so many. We've tried so many. So do we need another one? In my opinion, no. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in this one. Combined with a poor performance, this one is not for me. Okay, next we have the most beautiful bottle ever, and that is the Omniscent Mr. Thompson from Penhaligons. You're seeing the picture on the screen now. I mean, I love elephants. I just love elephants, and I think this bottle is just so gorgeous. I mean, when I heard about this release, I was so tempted to get this fragrance just for the bottle, but you know, I'm being good these days. I behaved and I got a sample first because I really wasn't sure about the notes. The notes seemed a little bit iffy to me, and I really wasn't sure if this was my scent profile. So the notes in here are lavender, elemi, pink pepper, orris, black pepper, geranium, vanilla, oak, and sesame. Kind of interesting and kind of scary to me, especially the note of lavender. You know, I don't typically like lavender. It's too aromatic for me. It makes most fragrances too masculine, in my opinion. it's not one of my favorite notes. It's very rare fragrance featuring this note that I enjoy. And thankfully, I have to say, I don't really get this note all that much. I don't really get lavender, especially when I put this fragrance on my skin. And I should mention here that with this one, I really feel like this needs to be tested on the skin because it's better. It's better on the skin. It needs to work with the skin chemistry. It needs skin warmth. I don't know, but it smells better on the skin than it does on the blotter. So, what is this fragrance about? What does it smell like to me? You know, when I got it, I know I looked at the notes when the fragrance first came out, but I honestly didn't remember them. And when I smelled it, I said there has to be an iris in here. Like, this smells like iris. And there is orris in here, you know, orris, iris. I don't know. To me, it's the same. I do get the resinous quality of elemi. There is a little bit of that. It's like there is some depth to this fragrance. You know, there's pepper in here, pink pepper, black pepper. I don't know. I typically don't pick out pepper all that much. For some reason, to me, it never comes out very prominently. And it's the same story here. I don't get a lot of peppery nature to this fragrance. It's definitely woody. I would almost say that there is sandalwood in here. To me, it feels like it has sandalwood, but based on the notes, it doesn't. And does it have vanilla? Yes, it does have vanilla. It has this vanilla quality, but it's definitely not gourmand. It's not a gourmand type of vanilla. Like, it is a little bit sweet, but it's not gourmand. And I feel like vanilla comes out more as the fragrance sits on the skin longer, as it starts developing. I get more vanilla. I am so taken by this fragrance. I don't know if it's the elephant that influenced me, but even though I would say that the scent profile is not exactly what I gravitate towards typically, I like it so much. This iris and elemi and vanilla and some woodiness, they mix together so beautifully. There's something so, I don't know, so elegant about this scent and so interesting about this scent. I find it quite addictive. The few times that I tested it, I just wanted to smell it over and over and over again. And it seemed like performance was very decent. You know, we've had performance issues with some Penhaligons fragrances, especially from the Portraits collection. It seems like this one has very decent performance. And it just smells so pretty, and it gets better as it develops. I am kind of taken by this fragrance. I need to have it. Yes, the elephant will come home to me eventually. You know, I'm gonna wait until I can find this one on the discounter side because I don't want to pay full price. I can wait. I don't need to have it right this minute, but this elephant will become part of my collection for sure. Okay, next we have a new fragrance from Rosendo Mathieu, and I think this one came out last year. It's 1970. There's several that this house released, and of course this was the one that I was most interested in because, let's guess together, this is a vanilla scent. And so I ordered a sample. So let's start with the notes again, and then I'll tell you what it smells like. So the notes in here are citruses, fruits, chocolate, spices, woody notes, earthy notes, tonka bean, vanilla, musk, and amber. This is a really nice, deep, dark, a little bit really earthy type of vanilla. Again, not gourmand vanilla, although it does have some sweetness. I don't really get citruses or fruits all that much, really. Dark chocolate, yes. spiciness, yes. And like I said, it has that slight earthy quality. So I can totally understand these earthy notes. I get that. And yes, there is vanilla. It is soft. The scent is soft. It's not loud. It's not strong. It's very, very soft. So I think this fragrance is quite expensive. I feel like this comes in a slightly different bottle than like their regular line, you know, the line that has numbers, like number 5, number 6, whatever. So I think I looked it up a while back, and I think this line is more expensive, a little bit too expensive for my taste based on how it smells, because it's nice, but I feel like I've smelled this before, you know, there is nothing that really stands out about it to me, you know, and so I'm not willing to spend money on this one because it's nothing unique. It's nothing that truly grabbed my attention, but the scent is really, really nice. However, like I said, it's very quiet. It's not very projecting. It's not very long lasting. So that's kind of a minus in my books. So nice scent, but again, I am not interested in a full bottle. Okay, next, I have a fragrance that people talked about quite a lot, like, I don't know, a few months ago, maybe half a year ago. And I'm really not familiar with this house at all. I don't know where to get it. I don't believe I can get it here in Canada at all, or there's no place that actually ships here that carries this line. So I cannot get it, but I was still curious to try it. Now, I'm totally going to butcher the name because I don't know how to pronounce the name of this fragrance. Malaki. That's what I'm going with. Forgive me, it's probably all wrong. And this is from Dries Van Noten. So many people talked about it and said this is this amazing, beautiful fragrance. Now, the notes are pretty simple in this one. We have blackcurrant, bergamot, silk, rose, chestnut, and cacao. Kind of an interesting combination, like chestnuts, cacao together with blackcurrant. I don't know. And what is this silk note all about? What do I think about this fragrance? I have to say that the hype is kind of real on this one, you know? And I'm not sure I can explain why. Because on one hand, when I smell this, again, it's pretty simple. It's a pretty uncomplicated, straightforward scent profile that I feel like I've smelled before. Like, it's fruity, it has rose in it for sure, it has a little bit of some kind of sweetness, which I think is coming from cacao, and maybe it's this silk note that's the magic ingredient here, because it just feels so incredibly smooth and such high quality and so blended together. It's like, I want to say it's like silk. Like, it has that kind of feel, really. This is what I think sets this fragrance apart from, let's say, many others. I mean, we've seen so many that have kind of, you know, rose, blackcurrant, or some other fruits or whatever. Like, it's not a unique scent profile. And yet, there is something special about this fragrance, really. It is so smooth. Everything is balanced so beautifully. I am getting a little bit of freshness from bergamot. It's like I'm getting elements from all of these notes, and they just create something special, something magical for the warm weather. This is a beauty. This is really a beauty. I mean, if I could get my hands on this one, I think I would get it. Honestly, I would want to have it in my collection. Unfortunately, like I said, I have not found a place where I can order that will ship to Canada. So yeah, if anyone knows, let me know. I know people buy this from UK, Selfridges or Harrods or whatever. These stores don't ship to Canada, so that's not an option for me. So yeah, if you know of any other options, let me know. I would be interested. But if you can get your hands on this one, it's a good one. Okay, so in one of my last testing videos, I tested a number of fragrances from Lorenzo Pizzalia. And here I have one more that I actually had at the time and kind of forgot about, but I want to talk about today. And that is their cherry scent, Cherry Ink. Now, this one has like a ton of notes. There's so many notes. Let me go through them quickly, and then I'm going to tell you what it smells like. There is cherry, sour cherry, almond, rum, bergamot, black pepper, ink, red wine, myrrh, rose, mimosa, cinnamon, jasmine, lily of the valley, tonka bean, musk, benzoin, vanilla, amber, woods, patchouli, and oud. Oh my God, like so many notes. You know, I love cherry scents, but I'm picky about cherry scents. Not many of them really impress me. And I know there are many fans of this fragrance. Am I one of them? No. Does it smell bad? No. But does it smell great to me? Also, no. Am I getting cherry? For sure. This fragrance is complex, I have to say. There are a lot of elements that are coming to the forefront, and I mean, no surprise based on so many notes. There is definitely cherry, there is definitely booziness, there is some woody elements, there are some smoky elements, there are some floral elements, patchouli and a little bit of oud. Yes, I'm getting that as well. There are a lot of elements, and it's very deep, kind of, it's darker type of cherry scent. There is something in it. I am not sure which note causes this. I'm not sure how to describe it, but there is something in here that bothers me a little bit. There is something in here that adds, I don't know, a bit too much, not smokiness, but earthiness, or I almost feel like there's maybe a little bit of leather in here. I'm not sure. I don't know how to explain it, but there is something in this fragrance, a little bit, just a little bit off-putting to me. Again, I don't hate this scent. It's a nice, overall, it's a nice, complex, interesting cherry scent that's different from the other cherry scents that I have tried. Definitely unique, standalone type of cherry scent. I'm just not sure that this is for me. Now, I'll tell you that the scent has grown on me because when I first got it, and like I said, I've had this scent for a long time. When I first got it, I really, really didn't like it. Now, the more I test it, the more I start liking it, the more whatever it is that's bothering me is not bothering me as much, but it is still a little bit there. So I actually have a decant of this one. I think this is a scent that I'm going to keep trying because I have been testing it for a while. And from time to time, I'm going to come back to it and see what I think about it. I will not be surprised if with time, it's going to grow on me. I don't know. But as it stands right now, I am not interested in the full bottle, although the scent overall is pretty good. Okay, this video is starting to get super long, so I have two more fragrances which I would like to talk to you about. Let me try to run through them super quick. And these two, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about, but you know, they were interesting to me, and so I decided to test them. One is called Cake Pulps, and that is from the house of Richard. And to be honest, the only one that I heard talk about this house is Gabby. I have not heard it mentioned from anyone else. Now, Cake Pulps, well, as you can judge by the name, is their gourmand fragrance. The notes are cacao pod, vanilla, cinnamon, orange blossom, vanilla, hazelnut, pineapple, jasmine, vanilla, honey, musk. Now, what does it smell like? You know, it kind of overall feel, when I first tested it, it reminded me of Chocolate Greedy from Montal, but on a lighter, slightly fruitier side. So if you take Chocolate Greedy, make it a little bit lighter, a little bit less sweet, and add some fruity elements to it, I feel like you're gonna get this. So this is not overly sweet. There's definitely some like cacao, vanilla, honey, whatever. The sweetness is just mixing together, but there's definitely sweetness in here. And I'm very clearly getting some fruitiness, and it's a slightly sour fruitiness, so pineapple, maybe. I don't think I would have identified it necessarily as pineapple if I didn't know the notes, but you know, pineapple makes sense. It's just a slightly sour fruitiness, and maybe a little bit of orange blossom in the background. Not really jasmine, not getting that. A little bit of muskiness in this as well. It's another one of those pretty pleasant scents, but it doesn't excite me. It's nothing new. It's nothing to write home about. It's okay. It's nice. Do I need it? Do I want it? No. And that brings me to the last one in this video, and that is Jenice Sequa from Tio Cabanel. You know, once, like long time ago, I did a full dedicated video on Tio Cabanel. I don't think this fragrance was out at that time. And, you know, I've heard about it for a while. I don't think it's super new, maybe a couple years old. But I was very curious about it because it has one interesting note, and I really wanted to smell it. So what note is it? It's the note of rice. That's what we have in the top notes here. And then there is matcha tea, mate, violet leaf, sandalwood, tolu balsam, gaiac wood, and vetiver. So, you know, the note breakdown is not exactly sort of my cup of tea, but it looks interesting. And again, I feel like in this video, I keep repeating myself. It's a nice, pleasant scent. I am getting kind of rice, and I almost feel like it's rice combined with matcha. Like there is a little bit of that kind of tea quality in here as well. Sandalwood for sure, and a little bit of violet leaf in here as well. Not really sweet. Very kind of smooth, creamy type of scent. Yeah. Unassuming kind of scent. I feel like this would work beautifully for people who don't like very strong, potent, or in-your-face type of scents. You know, if you like kind of this, I don't know, clean girl aesthetic, let's say, if you like subdued types of scents, this might be something that you would enjoy. For me, again, it's nice, it's pleasant, it's a little bit quiet, you know? Interesting. This scent is interesting. This is definitely interesting, and I kind of keep going back and forth whether I need it, whether I want it. I don't know. I feel like I want it because it is something unique for me, but at the same time, I'm worried that I will get it and not really wear it because it's not exactly my type of scent profile. So I don't know. I'm undecided. If anyone has this fragrance, please let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're enjoying it, if you're wearing it. Just talk to me in the comments. And yeah, this is the last one. Sorry, this video is a little bit long, but I wanted to go through all of these fragrances with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you have opinions about any of the fragrances that I talked about, let me know in the comments your thoughts. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give me a thumbs up, to subscribe, and to comment. And I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.